You've been sent some flowers, but what do you do next? Well, let me help you with 3 or 4 stylish ways of arranging your flowers to enjoy indoors. And if you love this kind of video, why don't you consider subscribing to my channel? All you need to do is to tap the red button marked subscribe. And that means next time you open the YouTube app on your phone, your laptop or your computer, one of my videos will be waiting for you. Let's start first of all with your flower food. So I would always recommend adding this, and just make sure you check on the back of the sachet of food how much water you need to mix it with. And step 2, well, that's to get your flowers into water as soon as you possibly can. So you'll see me here unboxing my regular delivery of Freddie's flowers, and what I do is put clean water into a clean vase, add my flower food, and then recut the stem ends. You'll notice if you ever have had a delivery box of flowers, or perhaps even when you've been buying flowers for yourself from the supermarket, by the time you get them home, the ends have dried out a little bit. So by recutting the stem ends, you're encouraging the uptake of water. And the third thing you need to think about is just taking off any leaves that will fall below or inside your vase. You don't want any greenery falling into your water, because that will start to rot and shorten the life of your flowers. And as you can see, my box of flowers included some bloom chrysanthemums, and they come inside little protective nets. Don't pull the net from the top though, always peel it off from the base of your flower head, because you don't want your flower head to ping off. I've also got some tulips too, so I'll recut those ends and put them into my vase. And there we have the first arrangement, a cut and plonk. Now the cut and plonk style of flower arranging has a drawback. Can you spot it? Because all my flowers were the same length, it's like a dome of flowers across the top of my vase, and when you look from the side, all you see is the green stems and the green leaves. So if you do like the simplicity of a cut and plonk, one idea would be to vary the height of your flowers so you see some of the flower heads from the side. But I'm going to be a little bit more adventurous and have a think about each of the flowers, about their form and their colour, and how I could arrange them in a more stylish effect and make my vase look more impactful, and therefore give me better value for money. I'm going to make 3 arrangements. A line arrangement using a pin holder in a vintage vase which I've bought from the charity shop. I'm going to twirl my tulips into a small goldfish bowl. Now, if you want to know how to do that particular project, check out the video, which I'll leave a link to in the description under this one, where I share 3 ideas for arranging tulips. And my third arrangement, I'm going to use a windowsill vase and do an arrangement in the style of Constance Spry. Having got my ideas in place, it's then a matter of tracking down my containers and sorting out my mechanics. So I'm going to use this metal pin holder, and then using some museum wax, fix it to the base of my container. And if you're interested in sourcing museum wax, I'll leave a link to it in the notes underneath the video. I love using it because once you've used it, you can scrape it off your pin holder and then put it back in the container to use another time. I usually add 3 blobs of the museum wax and then push my pin holder down into the base of my container and give it a little bit of a twist. And then, if you fancy, turn your container upside down to see how securely fitted your mechanics are. For a classic windowsill or mantle vase arrangement, I'm going to use this container, which I bought from the charity shops in Hythe. I think I paid £7.95, which is quite a lot of money. I would prefer to have paid less than a £5, but I think this container is going to be really handy. It's a great middle size, not too big, not too small, and the colour will blend with absolutely anything For this arrangement, I'm going to use chicken wire, so you can see me here just reshaping it and crumpling it up so it fits securely inside the vase. Just make sure you tuck in any sharp ends so you don't hurt yourself when you're arranging your flowers. You'll see that I haven't held my chicken wire in place with a tape or piece of string, but for this size container I've managed to wedge the chicken wire inside and it's not going to fall out. So once again, my mechanics should be really secure. If you do want to use your tulips in a more designer effect, for example, as I'm going to, by twirling them inside a goldfish bowl, you actually want to keep them out of water. You want the stems to be soft and supple so you can curl them round without them breaking. If you're planning to make a line arrangement, there's a couple of things to bear in mind. Your arrangement will be more impactful with larger flowers, the flowers that you would normally consider to be focal flowers in a mixed flower arrangement. So I've chosen my large chrysanthemum blooms, and you can see me looking at them then, just trying to work out in my mind which flower head is the largest and which is the smallest. There's not much difference in size, but you want to make sure that your largest flower head is set low into your arrangement, and if you have a slightly smaller one, that goes at the top of your arrangement. If you get the order the wrong way round and you end up with your smallest flower at the bottom and your largest flower at the top, it just makes your whole arrangement look unbalanced. It might give you the sensation that your flowers are going to topple forwards. Make sure you watch on to the end of the video and I'll show you how I converted this simple line arrangement to a more fulsome column style arrangement, still keeping the vertical emphasis by using my surplus flowers. Using a windowsill vase and chicken wire as your mechanics is a really lovely way of arranging flowers. And the first thing I like to do is to create an outline, and as I'm not using any foliage or garden plant material, I've decided to use this Bupleurum as a foliage. It's a soft limey green colour and it's got a nice flowing habit to it, and you can see that I'm making two wings to my arrangement. I'm imagining this is going to be U-shaped and perhaps even asymmetrical. And what I like to do when I arrange my flowers is layer up. So you'll see me using the Bupleurum first, and then I'll go back in and add a layer of my beautiful Lisianthus, and then finally go back in with my spray chrysanthemums to complete the look. And then if I have any gaps and any extra flowers, I'll just add them in at the end. And the more you build your arrangement, the more impactful it becomes. So of course you've been looking at the back of the arrangement as I work on the front, so you can see it's really starting to come together. And my leftover flowers, well, as promised, I'm going to use those to supplement my line arrangement and convert it into more of a wider column arrangement. Again, sticking to my principles and elements of design and making sure the weightier flowers sit at the bottom of the arrangement and everything tapers off towards the top. Now, if you love watching flower arranging tutorials, you might want to see the full length video of me making each of these three arrangements: the original line arrangement, the tulip arrangement, the windowsill vase, and also this last arrangement when I make more of a column style design. And that video is available for you to watch in the members only section of my YouTube channel. And if you'd like to join, you need to subscribe and pay a monthly fee. That fee gives you early access to my weekly Monday uploads and also free access to my online flower arranging club. Look out for the join button underneath this video, or click down to the description and follow the joining details there. I like to make my flower arrangements in the kitchen. It just makes cleaning up a little bit easier. And then I display them in my favourite spot, which is an alcove in our dining room. Let me know in the comments which arrangement you like best and whether you've been inspired to do something a little bit different with your next box of delivery flowers. That's all for me for now, and I'll see you again next time. And by the way, if you're not already a member of my free Facebook group, why don't you consider joining? Search Flower Start World on Facebook or follow the joining link in the description underneath this video. And if you have a go at any of these arrangements, that's the place to post your photographs. That's all for me for now, and I'll see you again next time.